3, 2, 1.
Here we go! Luke Henry, after kicking Monarch's ass to the depths of space, is back on Earth, and now he's looking to save the world from the Fourth World Foundation. Sure, he had help from Penumbra before, but she's not helping him this time. He's got to face it on his own. Look at these four people. He's coming for a villain known as Adonis. He'll do it. You'll be there. Back it now. First Man 2, Learning Curve.
Well, hello and welcome to the Dennis and Andy show. It is Wednesday and we thought we'd strike a heroic pose for you guys watching out there. How's it going, Dennis?
Pretty good, Andy. Feel like stretching, but I'm just wondering, do you think those lessons are working?
I think so. It's funny though, because you don't look any taller than me, and you are reportedly 6'2"?
No, I'm just 6 foot.
You're just 6 foot. I'm 5'10", but you don't look taller.
But
hello from statistics. Well, hello, Stat Zero. All demands are hidden, and etc. Zero. Oh, there you go. Hyper Kaiju. Well, hello.
Well, I'm talking about our ventriloquism.
Oh, our
lessons.
ventriloquism.
We're going to see how much of this show we can do without moving our lips.
That's right. We can do a lot of it that way. Just kidding. Here we are. Hello. Thank you for dropping the link for First Man 2 Learning Curve. If you were wondering what that was, let me see what this setting is. See if, hold on. Oh yeah, this should definitely show better. Oh, look, down at the bottom of the screen, you can see little Andy and Dennis right down there. We got our little 3D sculptures in that we had made in Greenville. We had the camera. You walk into a booth. By the way, Dennis, I know we don't talk much football on this show, but Power Rankings came out for this weekend. This team right here. Number 1 in the Power Rankings, baby. Ho, ho, Cowboys.
Huh. Interesting.
So, yes, I now have a mini me. Here, grab yours so I can get the camera zoomed back to us. By the way, we're not going to talk a lot of football. What's that? Toys the whole time. Uncanny. Exactly. We're not talking football the whole time, but somebody's predicting, my daughter, big football fan, was reading to me that the Bills are predicted to go to the Super Bowl. Number 1 prediction. And then I think she said it's Tampa and then maybe the Packers. And I just can't see that as winning the Super Bowl.
So what's interesting is the Cardinals, Packers, and Rams were all tied for the lead, but we've got a head-to-head tie.
Look at that. Our mini us. These things, I can't talk enough great stuff about this company. 3D sculpture. Oh, wait, where's the box?
It's shrunk.
It's called Shrunk.
Shrunk Team.
Shrunk Team. This is a 5-inch one. So in other words, it's life size, if you know what I mean. Hyper Kaiju says, don't get too excited, Andy. I will get excited. Damn it. Still plenty. I know there's plenty of time. I expect the Cowboys to win the NFC East, knock on wood.
The funny thing is it even has the little Reebok symbol. It even got the little R right there. Check that out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so guys, I wish you could see this. I'm going to have this on my show tomorrow morning so you can see it bigger. I'll take some photos to post on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. But this is just the coolest thing that I now own. And
that is pretty cool. We did this to find out, by the way. It even got my gray sideburns. I mean, the detail on this, the Packer stuff looks fantastic. Had we known, I would have absolutely went in and done something different, and I would have brought my cheese head and everything.
Had we known, those are 5-inch. They go all the way up to, I think, 9 inches tall.
I was going to say 9,
but they get
9 or 12.
They get, here, you hold those.
They were big.
They get pretty pricey.
Yeah. By the way, and I did pull off, there's your playoff picture. Who's the number 1 team? Number 1 seed, Green Bay Packers.
That means you get that means as of right now, you'd get a bye week. And then Arizona Cowboys and Bucks would all be playing.
Yep, Bucks are in third. Cowboys are in third place. Bucks are in fourth. So anyway, just a quick.
We moved up one. See that?
But more importantly, our fantasy football, who's now in sole possession of first place, a game ahead of everybody. The guy with 2 thumbs. Bam.
It's hard to recognize you outside of a costume. I agree. I saw that costume.
That was a cool costume. I'm surprised you recognized me.
Devontae Adams is killing your team. I think the Packers might blow it this weekend because Aaron Rodgers has the coof.
Yeah.
And is not going to be playing this weekend. Who do they play this weekend?
Oh, who do we have? I'll have to look it up.
Who are they going to lose to this weekend?
Maybe we get lucky and it's like the Lions.
Oh my God, that would be luck.
That would be
luck. Let's see. Chiefs. They play the Chiefs.
Oh,
you got a good shot though because Mahomes is still out.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
You got a good shot.
We will see if both quarterbacks are out due to the.
Oh, Stat Zero says Cheesehead. Man, I'm from Minnesota, Dennis. I think we are meant to duel with Acme products.
Duel? Did I hear a duel?
Duel.
I just put my dueling gloves away because I have taken them out at the Renaissance Fair and slapped them and then challenged them to a duel, even though they make us pea-string our swords.
Pea-string? You have to pee on your swords?
No, that's what it's called.
So you can't pull them out.
Correct.
They're strung to the what is it? The scabbard.
Yes, exactly.
So you can move it a little bit, just not a lot.
It's tight. It's completely tied in.
Oh, you can't even pull it out.
You can't add even a little. Nope.
Why even carry it? You and your Renfest.
You're killing me.
So if we do these digital sculptures again, which I'm really tempted the next time to pay for another one and get a bigger version. Because like I said, this is 5-inch me, and I wouldn't mind getting the 9-inch one. And because, you get more detail the higher it is, but you can't see it. But this even has specks of gray in my goatee.
It does. It is freaky how much detail is actually in these things. It's actually pretty amazing. It was still fairly pricey, but I mean, how often are you going to do it?
Exactly. Hyper Kaiju says, spoken like a true D&D nerd. You mean Dennis, because I've never played D&D.
I know. I'll actually put a picture up if we may have to refresh. Because everybody was asking about the costume, and I should have put it up there because we had a conversation online.
Did you just save that in the folder?
I did.
God damn it. Hold on. Good thing I can get right back to it.
So, needless to say, they are really cool figures, everybody. We've been waiting, 5 weeks? 5 weeks.
October 3rd is when we placed the order. So actually, they shipped it quick.
Yeah.
It's actually a month to today.
That's awesome.
It was October 3rd when we went to the convention.
Yep. So it's cool. They're the first ones, the first franchisee that did this. So I mean, they're basing everything on it. It's just really cool what they did.
Yes, it is.
So, and it's a neat little 10-foot trailer with all these cameras on there, and you just stand there and they go just like that, and it's all done.
Oh, look at Paterzo. No one wants a 9-inch Andy. That's not what the ladies say. Just saying. You know they do.
No one does.
No, they do.
Oh, yeah. So, no, and so we were at the Renaissance Fair over the for Halloween. So we went on Saturday because it was going to be amazing weather, which means it was cool enough for the first time. So I had switched over to a completely different costume. My Irish with my kilt.
I didn't see that.
Oh?
I really want to look at the interior of that because I like Mark's artwork. Do you know if that's painted on the inside?
I don't remember. You'd have to look at the quick flip because I started going through.
Did you do one already for it?
Yep. Yep.
Pull it up, baby.
So, needless to say, it was cool weather. It was going to be only like 65. So I dug out my old fantastic Three Musketeers.
Looks like we're going to Heroes after this.
I know. Oh, we may be changing our plans tonight.
All right, here it is. Here is Dennis in his glory at the Renfest. Dun, dun, dun. Dennis is on the left with the black cape. Never wore a wig. Oh, wait, that's his sister-in-law. Sorry. Dennis is wearing the red hoodie.
The red hoodie, huh?
That's not what that's called?
No.
Is it a red smock?
No.
Burqa?
I am actually not a Three Musketeer. I'm actually one of the
Snickers.
Cardinals guards. And somebody was actually there in an authentic Three Musketeers because we did talk about a duel because we are arch enemies. So, yes, it was cool enough where I could break out everything and wear it. It was a wonderful day at the Renfest. It was the fantastic, the joust, because it's the joust of the undead, and people can come back alive, and it was a great, great day. So, yeah, glad we were able to make it. It was also the busiest I've seen the Renaissance Festival in years, many years.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there he is at the Renfest. So now, do you want to spotlight anything before we do the new books or what?
Yeah, I've already started throwing up the quick flips. A lot of books, a lot of number ones came out today. I was kind of excited because my stack was only about that thick. And
that's
when
what
he handed
she
it to
said.
me, and then my stack grew as I went up to the wall. So, needless to say, there are a lot of books again today.
Damn it, Dennis.
I know, but I don't have any duplicate covers. So, none of these were like dupes because I had to get new covers. The Me Love in the Dark.
That sounds like my love life.
It's all about a haunted house that she moved into.
Not.
And she's an artist, and this has been interesting. But to me, Scotty Young is actually writing this.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and it's an interesting story. It's a little light at times, but again, it's a solid book. This is going to be my make or break issue, I think, on it.
Are you wearing your contacts again?
I'm a girl. I am.
Damn it.
Why?
Because it'll dry out and you'll bitch and whine and I got to hear it.
No, I think next I had to put on my readers if I have to read up close.
Radiant Black, number 9.
This has been fantastic. Kyle Higgins and Marcelo Costa are still doing it. This has just been a great superhero-ish type book. This has been fun. I'm keeping this as long as this run goes. This is a great book.
X-Men Legends. It's an X book, and Dennis gets X books, right? Hyper Kaiju, of course.
Well, we're hoping I'm going to continue to get X books.
Unless Wolverine goes gay. If Wolverine goes gay.
Andy sent me a picture of what could be coming out, and if they turn Wolverine gay and change it, even if it's an elsewhere, guys, I'm just sick of them screwing with the characters and doing shit like this. If they do it, I will officially we're going to do a live stream. I will be done. This is the X-Men Legends is a throwback.
Right.
Every one of them have been good in their own right. So I do like the X-Men Legends period. They're doing a great job with these particular books.
Yep. If Wolverine is gay, even if it's an Elseworld type story, Dennis is going to stop buying the X books. He's going to pull out his long box of X-Men's, and we're going to have a bonfire in his backyard. I can't wait.
Wow.
What? That's
Wow.
not what we're doing?
Does it want to feel like we just watched the Green
We're
Lantern
going to
movie or
roast
something?
we're going to roast hot dogs over the X-Men bonfire.
Nope, but I will not be spending any more money on them, and that'll be a shame. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Andy's having technical difficulties.
I am. Hold on. Solo us while I figure this out.
Oh my. Yeah, we got a lot of books. No, that X book's been really, really awesome, by the way. It really has.
All right, let me open it back up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is, you're really having some problems.
We're back. Another Dennis pickup, Amazing Fantasy number 4, it looks like.
Yeah, Kari Kyle Andrews. This has been solid. There's one more issue of it. This has been fun. The art's been fantastic. Yeah, needless to say, I'm going to get the last one, finish it out.
There you go. Superman 78, finally a book that Dennis and I both got. This is a great series.
Andy, how many books did you get this week?
I bought one, and you're looking at it.
Oh.
However, there's a book coming up that I didn't know about, and actually they didn't have it because I would have seen it.
Oh.
That we're going to have to run to a shop after the show tonight so I can see if they have it.
This has been fantastic,
But
and
yeah.
I got to talk to a number of people in the shop this morning. We were standing around talking comics, and everybody wanted this book. Everybody loves this book that's picked it up. And
Yep.
I was like, this is probably some of the best DC stuff they put out because it is so in the vein of the original Superman. It has the warm fuzzy. It has the nostalgia. It's got everything. It's great. This is just a great book.
There it is. I can't add anything to it. The artwork fits the tone of the book perfectly. It's like looking at Christopher Reeve.
Back when Superman had the American way.
That's right. Truth, justice, and the American way, baby. Blade Runner 2029.
Well, that one actually wound up not being in the pull box, so I think it got delayed a week. So I was bummed out. I had put that out ahead. So, but that's been solid. So if not, it'll come out next week.
That's right.
Fine. That's fine. It's a good series. Orphan and the Five Beasts finally issue
I was going to
number
say,
3 came out.
Didn't we talk about issue 1 like months ago?
Oh,
seriously,
many months ago.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
I-
springtime.
I thought for sure something happened. It fell off. James Stokoe, this is a very stylized book. His art is incredible and it fits the story absolutely perfect. It was very interesting, but we just went through a few months where we didn't hear peep out of this. Issue 1 came out, issue 2 came out, and
Did issue 2 come out like a month later?
Yeah.
It did.
Yep. And then all of a sudden it felt like a DC book or an Image book. It just trailed off. But it's back. I did a quick flip on it, and the art is fantastic. I can't wait to read this one in full detail.
Yeah, the art is really nice on it. Out of Body.
Another good book. Again, a guy gets murdered or almost murdered. He's in a coma, and he pulls a Doctor Strange and is able to leave his body to try and figure out who murdered him. So he's kind of doing astral projection, and there's a lot of cool twists into it. So this has been a really cool book.
Nice.
Aftershock, another good book.
Ugh. Yawn.
Yeah. I want my bat lift.
God, I want.
Rip your head.
Is that a Klingon on the cover?
That is Worf. Yes,
I
he's
want
a Klingon.
Worf to turn gay so Dennis stops buying Star Trek.
No, this is actually good Star Trek. This is not Discovery or Picard or any of the new garbage that they put out. This has been pretty good. Artwork, I really wish that would have come up, but it's a good story.
Oh, that's a nice big cover you got there.
Yeah, that's weird why that turned out that way. Don't know why that happened, but
Very helpful.
yeah, it's Star Wars.
I know
basic
Worf
stuff.
is not gay. I'm just kidding. We don't care. Introduce a gay character into Star Trek, Star Wars for that matter. Who
they've done
cares?
that.
Doesn't matter.
They turned Sulu.
Doesn't matter. Sulu, was that George Takei? No.
Yeah, but it's the new version of them. But yes, they did
George
in the
Takei.
movies.
So yeah, Star Wars, Dennis book. This is a 1 of 12. Oh, you bought this. Batman.
did.
This is Batman Steel, correct?
What is
it?
It is Dark Knight Steel.
Dark Knight Steel. That's it. Dark Knight
And
Steel.
this cover, this is a Middleton cover, and I went, the story had better be good because I am going to buy it. I mean, Batman, medieval, knights, crusaders. I mean, what more can you ask for in a book with Batman? This cover sold it, though. I didn't care about the other cover. I literally went and found it. One of the other guys at the shop immediately was so excited. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pick this book up. It looks cool.
Oh, there you go. Michael wants to know, is the Bounty Hunters book story any good?
So I just did the full review on the IG-88 book. I've been getting the main Star Wars. I've been picking up some of the Bounty Hunters. It just like with typical Marvel, they're doing it just in the Star Wars realm where they're just puking out so many books. I just had to say no, because they weren't good enough. IG-88 was fantastic, though. I did pick up the one before, which was good.
Wait, why'd you still get Bounty Hunters then if you don't like it?
I didn't say I didn't like it. There's just too much, and it's the storyline was just okay. Matter of fact, I put issue 17 of the Bounty Hunters back, but there's certain Bounty Hunters I really do want to know about, and they did a great job bringing IG-88 back to life. That's all I'm going to tell you. After Vader, took him out way back when. So good story.
Spoilers, Dennis.
Good story.
A thing called truth.
Yeah.
What's this about?
This one is, this is actually something.
And pronounce that writer's name while you're at it.
The writer is Iolanda Zanfordino.
I knew that.
And Elisa Ramboli.
Well, who can't say that?
Go ahead.
Elisa Ramboli.
Oh, I meant the first one.
Iolanda Zanfardino.
So I've done other reviews, particularly with Iolanda. This was a number one. This was not on my list at all. Looked interesting. Hey, Pop.
What's up, pop culture? So that's cool. It does look kind of neat. I didn't see that one either. Let's see. Moving on.
Night.
Damn it. This is the one I want to get, hopefully today. Mark Texeria. I love his art.
And it's good.
Google search
it is good.
For Knighted interior art. See if anything comes up. Or do Knighted preview. Just Google it real fast.
Oh, my God.
I'm just curious to see if he painted it or if it's traditional, because I like both, but I prefer traditional. This I need to get. I love Mark Texiera's artwork. Brian Reber's the colorist, so Mark didn't paint it. He might have done a grayscale type thing.
I bought it just because it looked really
that
cool.
Says review, not preview.
It doesn't matter.
Look, oh, damn it. It does matter.
Because they might show it.
They're not. Go back to the... Man, do I have to do everything?
Yeah, like find the book in the first place so we wouldn't have this argument online.
Just do images. No, go back. Do images right here. Now click on one.
None of these are it.
That's not it?
Nope.
Oh. Well, you're worthless today.
No, it's not out
Damn,
there.
Dennis.
How about you just go back and see my quick flip and watch it afterwards and find out for yourself?
Well, I might just have to pull your quick flip up on this stream. There we have, yes, guys, mom and dad do argue every now and then. Mother over here doesn't listen to father that much. So,
are you kidding me?
Of course, we have to
argue. If I'm mother, I'm bringing out a freaking rolling pin and smacking you alongside the head.
That's not what you want to do with the rolling pin the other day.
Of course you went down that road.
What is Laura besides a pretty looking girl?
Well, it's Gilliam March's Laura and Other Stories. I have no idea, but I popped it open and the art looked really cool.
Oh, Gilliam's awesome.
Yeah. And I picked it up just because it looks cool.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. I read a little bit about this. I believe this is work he did before he transitioned over to do work for DC for the American
He did
market.
Batman, right?
Yeah, but I think this is work he did before he started doing stuff for the American market. Is what I'm saying.
It says before his work on Batman and the hit Joker series, before he created Carmen. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was doing Carmen.
Right.
There was the heartfelt story of Laura, the book that led Gilliam March to the mainstream comics world. Suffering from the ever painful experience of unrequited love, 20-year-old Laura takes a look at her life. Is the fact that the boy that she has feelings for is in love with someone else, but there is something wrong with her. So it's like a true thing. This is not a normal book I picked up, but the art looked so cool that I was like, I'll read it and find out. So I will be doing a review on this.
I don't know. She's man-spreading on that cover.
Oh man, you and your
why do women have to appropriate our male culture of man-spreading? We have junk, so we have to sit like that. She doesn't. I'm just saying. Look at that. Ridiculous. The Heathens, they wrote a book about us?
Right. That actually looked cool. Another one that was not on my that definitely was not on my pull list. And I sat there and popped that open in the shop, and I'm like, there is one right there, so I'm going to pick it up. So, yep.
There you go.
Did the quick flip.
The Rush.
Number 1, Vault Comics. Another one that looked pretty darn cool to me. 1899 Yukon territory. A frozen frontier bloodied and bruised by the last great gold rush. But in the lawless wastes to the north, something whispers in the hybrids of man, drawing them to a blighted valley where giant spider tracks mark the snow and impossible guns roar in the night.
Ooh.
It looks different. It definitely looks different.
You know, a gun roared on a movie set called Rustic.
Just Rust.
Called Rust. A few days ago.
Too soon.
Too soon. It's never too soon. Newburn, number 1.
Yep.
Chip Zdarsky and Jacob Phillips.
Yep. Another one. I wasn't on my list I was going to pick up, but it's a private detective story. It looks kind of interesting. I'm always willing to give private PI stories a chance, and if they're any good, I'll do it. Oh, come on.
Spiders. Come on. Arachnophobia. Great movie. I don't know. A Private Dick starring in an Image book. Will that pass muster of the new founded Image Union? We'll discuss later.
True.
Title of this one is, I saw this at the shop too, but I don't know the title because there's nothing on.
Yeah, that's because they didn't have
there.
it. It's My Bad.
My Bad, number 1. Not Dennis's Mistake, the name of the book. My Bad, number 1.
This is a spoof on, it's Ahoy Comics.
Ahoy, that's right.
It is Ahoy Comics. It's a spoof on superheroes.
No.
And it very much feels possibly in the vein of Don Chen and his fantastic spoofs and stuff that he does. This looks like it's in that vein, so it could be very funny. I'm not all that familiar with Ahoy, but Chips Ahoy, I'm giving it a shot.
There's a script being written for Newburn.
Oh, really?
Dennis has been doing a lot of pulling. He does. Not much yanking, but a lot of pulling.
Yeah, they feel like sending.
I knew he was going to get. I saw this at the shop. I said, it's a number 1. It has a Perillo cover. Dennis is buying it. The inside could be totally blank pages like Alpha Flight number 6, and Dennis would buy it.
So honestly, that's not false.
And I will say this. The actual art inside this looks pretty nice because I did flip through it.
But one of the viewers, I had done a full review of Jennifer Blood, also with the Perillo cover. And it was a really great story. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And one of the comments down there said, would you please do this particular book? And even though it hadn't come out yet, and I'm like, well, we'll see. I don't know. I might pick it up anyway, but if it has a Perillo cover, and look at that. There was Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, and I picked it up. Yeah, the artwork interior looks fantastic too.
I can kind of see that little Venture Brother-esque in the art. I actually flipped through it, thought it looked pretty good. But yeah, moving on, like I said, I knew he'd get this. It is a very nice cover. The interior art is really nice as well, I gotta admit. So
yeah,
Pop says I'd buy that.
Right?
We're not worthy, Sheena. Oh, on the first page, she gets out of bed all naked. You don't see anything, but it's implied very nicely.
Is it implied? Because otherwise we would be canceled. The show.
Wait, is that a double?
Or did it skip? Oh no, something happened.
The Me You Love in the Dark. Let's see. Oh, Frontiersman number 2.
So this one I went and did the full review because a bunch of you guys wanted me to review it. It was interesting. Go back and check out my full review on it.
It's a little. I read it.
Yeah. I said I would do number 2 because they have at the very end they have a really cool bio of like their history with superpowers and what they did and how they came with it. That was the really missing part that filled in some of it. I'm hoping they do a good job on number 2. We'll see if this one makes it to a number 3. This potentially is on my chopping block.
How many variants did Sheena have? 10 to 15? In the back of the book, I want to say it showed like at least 8.
Hang on. There were...
Oh, wait. Holy crap.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 23.
23! And here I thought you were joking. 23 variant covers. Holy crap.
And I will admit, most of the covers look really good.
Yeah, the covers do. There is a nice photo cover. There's a blank, which I'd get to draw on. That looks cool, too. Yeah, I mean, if I could get my hands on a blank, I'd take it so I could do a drawing of Sheena.
Yeah.
But yeah, 22. That's crazy.
That is. And I like my main cover just fine.
For you. I read Frontiersman number 1. Wasn't my cup of tea. Oh, save the trees, whatever. I don't care. I bounced out after number 1. So I'm sure there's a little more to it than that, but
that's what Andy took away.
That was my takeaway, and I don't care enough, so I bounced. Blue Flame, superhero book from Vault. I do like the art in this.
Good.
Yeah.
I thought it's been good. This is also kind of on my chopping block.
It's
been good, but it hasn't been phenomenal. And it's really hard having $100 and some weeks every week, you know. So I'm just gonna. I added 15 or 16 titles today because the previews came out, so I have to cut a few of them out. Yeah, I don't think that was a joke because it was true.
Yeah, that's crazy. Jennifer Blood. Don't worry, guys. We'll get to the end of what Dennis bought this week soon.
I know. Sorry. Jennifer Blood, this was great. Number 1. I can't wait for to read number 2.
That's right. Hit the like button, everybody. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I don't know what this is. Dennis doesn't
that is Cam. Well, no, it's that Campisi. It's the dragon incident. Oh. It's all about the Russian or Italian mobs and dragons. It's a really good mixture. Oh, one of my favorite books. I absolutely love Cherry Blackbird. So thrilled when that one actually came in on time today. So kudos. I can't wait to read this.
Oh my God, we're done.
We're finally done.
Okay. Now we can talk to the news, baby. Yank that up. So Image Comics, 9 of the creators, or not creators, sorry, 9 employees from Image decide to form a little union. It's the first step in a long journey of calls for unionizing That was tough. Various levels of the comics industry. The announcement is signed by 9 Image Comics employees as they state that being the first comic publisher to unionize is very much in the spirit of original goals of Image Comics to empower creators. Yeah, I call bullshit on that.
I really want to talk to the original founders, and find out, did you guys really want to unionize? Because
did you want that?
They've talked about that. We just give each other character usages and stuff, and it was all on a handshake.
Right.
Totally the exact opposite of what they're saying.
Right.
This is shit.
This is total garbage. 9 people. One, I've worked for, in my time in comics, the only corporation I worked for as a salaried employee was CrossGen. CrossGen Entertainment was the company in the early 2000s where you moved to Florida. He wanted everybody to work under one roof. We all got paid a salary. We had sick days. We had vacation days. We had health insurance, all that. But I'm willing to bet that if 8 of us or 9 of us in the company of 100 some people said, let's form a union, the boss would have been like, yeah, okay. And bye-bye. I now have 9 slots to fill. I really can't imagine how the figureheads in the company, I almost wish I had an image book sitting here so I could look at the figureheads. I know Eric Larson's a figurehead. Valentino is a figurehead. Robert Kirkman is. I would expect Todd McFarlane is still one. Silvestri might still be a figurehead. That's the original founders, though. That's different.
But that's who.
No, but I'm talking about right now, currently, the figureheads.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right. The guys that, see if you can find out who the figureheads are. Because, don't quote me on this, but, Larson might be the CFO, for instance, the chief financial officer. I don't know if that's his actual title, but he has some other title besides, creator and artist on Savage Dragon. So what I'm saying is, I can't imagine that the figureheads of the company would go, oh, yeah, you guys want to unionize? Great, because they're the ones that have to sign off on these requests and stuff. Let's see. The union won't work just like in wrestling. Oh, Travis, what's up? Where I'm from, it just sounds like 9 job vacancies coming open. Dude, I literally tweeted out 9 Image employees created a union, and in other news, Image Comics now has 9 new job openings as a joke.
That is funny. The funny thing is,
collect action figures. That's cool.
we did talk. There was a company that they were going to do this for, and it didn't make sense. Again, unions make sense in certain industries and certain types of companies.
Real quick,
but not for these.
Go to Read Comics and pull up any of the new Image titles because it'll say on the inside front cover.
Oh.
So anyhow, I just find this really ballsy of these 9 employees. But hey, that's fine. Let's right there. Let's see who the figureheads are. Click on the latest one. Real quick. Right here. Can you read those? Might have to blow it up. Now just do this. So we've got Todd McFarlane's the president, Jim Valentino's the vice president, Mark Silvestri's the CEO, Eric Larson is the chief financial officer, Eric Stevenson's the publisher. Those are the guys that basically control Image Comics.
And Robert Kirkman's
Robert Kirkman is the COO, chief operating officer. Those are the guys that control Image Comics. Are you seriously telling me that Todd McFarlane, Jim Valentino, Mark Silvestri, Eric Larson, Robert Kirkman, and Eric Stevenson are all on board with this and are like, oh yeah, you guys want to start a union? Great, let's do it. Because don't they, look, you've worked for corporations. Don't they have to sign off on it? You can't, as the employees, just start a union, can you? Well, and go, this is it, we're now a union?
There's an entire process. I actually went through this. I've worked for unions, and I've worked at a company where they wanted to start a union. And again, I've got friends that have done it. And they wanted to start up a union at one of the places that we had talked about. And the guy goes, if you start up a union, that's fine. But then I have every right to close shop and move to another state and open it up there. And that's exactly what it was going to be. This just does not make sense to unionize. Again, the creators and what they're trying to do, none of this makes logical sense. And for people to sit there and go, kudos, this is a great thing, because they're talking about comic creators don't get enough. They're not talking about unionizing for the comic creators. They are literally talking about unionizing for the office staff, because the comic creators are a wholly different scenario all the way together. So anyway, it says, we, the workers of Image Comics, have formed a union. For years, comic publishing workers have watched our professional efforts support creators and delight readers. Sadly, we have also watched the same labor be taken for granted at best and exploited at worst. Keeping our heads above water was the new normal before the pandemic, and since its onset, we have been expected to take on even larger workloads for fewer resources. So there's truth to that to a point, but that's because the entire industry is collapsing in of itself right now. Right. So manga's doing great, but American comics aren't, because we can't put out good stories, because we take the American way out of Superman. We turn around and take liberties with all of our characters. It's going to hell in a handbasket. So what we need to do is make sure we take more money out so that the industry goes away quicker.
Well, the thing that kills me is these 9 people that want to do this, create this union, are Ryan Brewer, Leanna Coulter, probably pronounced that wrong, excuse me if I did, Marla Ezek, Drew Fitzgerald, Melissa Gifford, Chloe Ramos, Trisha Ramos, I wonder if they're related, John Schaefelman, and Erica Schnatz. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
Schnatz, whatever. They also announced a list of goals, many of which have been badly needed in the industry ever since long ago pre-World War II sweatshop days. These guys think they work in a sweatshop?
This feels like Colin Kaepernick going on Netflix with his special and saying the NFL is slavery. This is slavery. They only paid me $43.3 million for the few years when I was in their hair. This is the same kind of retrospective.
The Colin Kaepernick comparing the combine to slavery is a whole nother conversation we can have, because
I figure that's what we're going to talk about at supper tonight.
That just ignites me, but I wouldn't mind talking about it on a stream. Geez, manga work conditions and work ethics are astronomical. These people couldn't light the wick. Take a knee, poor overworked people. Yeah. So anyhow, let's look at some of these. To foster a more competitive industry as a whole through salary and workload transparency for all existing and proposed job titles, employees industry-wide should know what they and their peers are working for and what they can expect from future employment. Now, I don't have a problem with that, because to me, that just sounds like you want to work for a company that's pretty open about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Is that really that much of an issue?
So what we called it when I went in,
because that one I actually don't have a huge problem with.
Here's your job title,
right?
And here's your job description that goes with that title,
right?
Perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that. Not that I need a union for it, because most everybody that runs a good company, regardless of it, is automatically going to do that. Maybe Image doesn't do that.
I agree with Shane and Graham talking last night that these 9 people demanding stuff and probably none care about comics or can create anything. No, these people are all none of the creators of any of the Image titles that you buy or you see come out work in-house. So these 9 people that work in the actual Image office, which I believe is in Oregon, Portland, Oregon, do computer type stuff, deal with business stuff. They're not creators working on books. When you do a book for Image, you send them a file that is ready to go to print. So all they really have to do is take that file of your book and upload it to the printer. And then when proofs come in, they need to let you know so you can look at the proofs, but they're not editorial. So it's crazy. Let's move on.
Issue number 2.
Number 2.
Listen to this one. Improve staff morale through annual staff and management reviews to assess performance, workload, and whether there is a clear need to expand a department, craft a role, or increase quantities or a more complex suite of tasks. Again, basic business management 101.
Right.
You want to have annual staff meetings. We didn't have annual. We had them on a regular basis where I would have department heads come in and sit down and talk to me. We would discuss things.
Right.
You give me your opinions and ideas. We discuss them and we implement them. Why this needs to be a union thing is beyond me, because every company worth their weight in salt that's not just a mom and pop would do basic 101 stuff.
Right. And it also seems like, hold on before you scroll. Let me just see something. Performance. Yeah. So, and you improve staff morale through annual staff and management reviews. The few companies I worked at, even before I broke into comics, when I worked at a fast food joint, every 3 months or so, they'd be like, all right, we got this review that we need to do. Let's see how you're doing. Oh yeah, you're doing this. You're doing, oh yeah, you're doing good. I mean, I don't know a company that doesn't do reviews. So if none of this is already happening at Image with the first 2 things they brought up, it seems like that should be. But like Dennis said, that's just good management.
Right. This is union neutral territory.
Yeah. And yeah, they're located in Portland. So there you go.
Of course.
Yeah, I would bounce these. So 3, the creation of more transparent company culture through monthly all hands meetings, so all staff can better understand both the current and future priorities, responsibilities, and workloads of other departments.
Management meetings.
But once again, tell me if I'm looking at this wrong though. If there's a company, say 20 employees, right? And 5 of them are upper management, do they really need to have a meeting with the 15 people that aren't in management to talk about management type stuff? You know what I mean?
Nope.
I mean, there are certain things in a company, like my wife works for a big company. The president of the company and the, say, shareholders, whatever, the executives, there you go, the executives in her company don't go, okay, guys, we're a national company. We've got offices almost in every state. We're going to have one hell of a Zoom call this month. But we want, no, the managers at Burger King don't sit down and talk about budgeting and food ordering and payroll with all the employees. That's not the employees' purview to know.
No.
I mean, that's just it.
For priorities, responsibilities, that's why there is a middle level of management. Everybody, middle management meets with the employees. They discuss things. They go through it. Middle management talks to upper management for implementation, and that's the way it works.
I mean, Stippling says employees are not required at management meetings. They want socialism where employees run the asylum. Right. I brought this up on Comic Kings when we talked about it. They want this. They literally want everybody in the company. It doesn't matter if you're a janitor or you're the CEO or the president like Todd is. They want Todd, the president of Image, and the janitor to know everything. Everything Todd knows going on in Image as the president, the lowest level employee at Image should know. And I'm sorry, but that's not how it works.
But that ties directly into number 4.
Ooh.
Increase knowledge retention through the implementation of detailed record keeping and procedure documentation for all tasks deemed essential to any given role. These documents are to include detailed and explicit descriptions and instructions for all job duties.
Right.
Now think about that.
Ugh.
That is literally it going right back to number 1. It's the same thing. Job description, the roles in that job, title, job description, role. All they're doing is using lots of big words to say the same thing over and over again. There is nothing, again, this is basic management 101. And I think as we go through this, most of this is going to be all of that.
Oh, not till we get to number 7.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, because we read ahead. Well, plus I have talked about it before, but
I have not.
I mean, this is true. Burger King is run by the Burger King. I mean, you are correct. Number 5, the continuation. This one pisses me off.
5.
Oh, 5, sorry. Number 5, I'm sure this will piss me off too. Improve career mobility for all staff through stricter adherence to company's stated intent to offer open positions up to qualified existing employees prior to opening them up to the public. Now I get it. They're basically saying, hey, if you're going to promote from within, and if you create a new job, go to the employees you already have first to see if they can fill that role.
Is there an interest in filling the role? And do we have the qualifications in-house to fill that role? Done. Are you telling me those guys don't already do that in their head because they already know
right?
How many?
That's the point. Most people kind of do that. Like
this feels like a jilted lover who didn't get what she wanted, and then we're going to put that in there just because,
or he wanted because we're equal.
Or he.
But no, seriously, are you telling me that if they have to, before they put out a want ad for a position at Image, they don't look at their current staff and go, okay, hold on, before we put this want ad out, maybe Pat, and I'm using Pat because just like SNL, it's Pat. So it's gender neutral. They don't sit there and go, Pat might be good at this. And then the other person they're bouncing the idea off of might go, yeah, but Pat's qualifications don't really fit this part of the job description. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Let's put that ad out. Yeah. Give me a break. They're already doing it.
Why don't you read number 6 since it's something you really want to?
Hyper Guys, you says, I work for one of the big banks and we're required to do legally what they just outlined. Of course.
Exactly. As it did.
Just like when Dunder Mifflin hired D'Angelo instead of promoting. Exactly. I get the argument for internal hires, but in my experience, internal hiring leads to a lot of inter-office negativity between employees.
Also true.
That's true too. Okay, so number 6, which really pisses me off. The continuation of remote work for any employee who requests it at the creation of a detailed policy outlining how the company provides reasonable accommodations and supplies for remote employees. The pandemic has removed the necessity for the company to pay for central office space, utilities, etc., with employees in some cases now shouldering 100% of the cost that should be shared by the employer. Costs such as internet, power, furnishings, and other office supplies, computer, hardware, related maintenance costs to work from their own personal devices. The company must outline an equitable arrangement for sharing a reasonable percentage of those costs. Here's my problem in a nutshell. You're right. During the heat of the pandemic, a lot of people were like, no, work from home, work from home, work from home. And some companies said, you know what? We can save a lot of money on rent. Let's downsize. Only essentials come in. Everybody else work from home. If that's the case, and this is the company that makes that decision, not the employees. And that's what annoys me about this is the employees, the crazies, are running the asylum by saying, hey, you guys don't need to rent the space. We're all just going to work from home. And if I was Image, I would maybe look at that and go, you know what? They're right. We don't need all this office space. Let's let everybody work remotely because running the numbers, it's actually more affordable for us to dump the office space and everything that entails and help pay part of the electric bills and utility bills for these people than it is for them to come in. But here's the but. Image could also say, nope, we want everybody to come into the office 9 to 5. The pandemic is winding down. In this state, you're not required to wear a mask. And I'm making this up. I don't know what it is in Oregon. Let's just say that there is no mask requirement. However, If to make you feel comfortable, you come on in, wear your mask all day. That's fine. But we are not allowing remote work. As a company, we're allowed to say no remote work. If you don't like it, you can put your 2 weeks notice in and we'll hire somebody that will come into the office every day. You, as the employee, do not get to dictate to me as the employer that I should have to do remote working. Correct?
Correct. And you
that
know,
pisses me off.
You know for a fact from our previous live streams, my man cave, which I like to stream from, was in full use because my wife had to work from home, and that was the quietest spot in which she could work from at that particular time. So you know what? We all just kind of deal with it. We should have unionized, I guess.
I guess so. They want all that they can get a job for. Exactly. Bottom line, McFarland, Larson, Valentino need face and define the difference between being liberal and running a business. It's true.
That is a great point.
These 5 guys, or however many they are.
These 4
people. No, there's more than that. But they, in their personal lives, whether they're liberal or conservative, they all need to get on the same page and go, we're running a business. We can't let these 9 people run the asylum. This is not going to end well if they go, yes, we give in to all these demands. What's number 7?
Better overall product through the immediate addition of staff, particularly in production and marketing departments. Our creators, retailers, and readers can expect white glove attention for all books we publish. Books which go to press with fewer errors, fewer delays, and a more robust marketing presence due to a more strategic approach to staffing in reasonable proportion to the actual quantity of output.
Oh my God. I had to work 8.5 hours today. My hours are 9 to 5, not 9 to 5:30. You bastards.
What I am hearing is that they hired all French employees.
Right.
So they're going to go out on strike.
Well, no. I mean, Portland is straight up. You go from Mexico to California up to Oregon to Portland. They need their siestas every day, I guess, and they're not allowed to have them.
Basically, they're saying we're overworked and we need more people. Again, what is the union going to do to address any of this? The answer is zero.
Oh, by the way, back First Man 2 learning curve, where there is none of this behind the scenes bullshit, just me and my buddy Rob Snyder, co-writer of the book, creating an awesome story for you guys. Please, if you haven't backed it yet, go back it. You will love it. 64 pages of fun.
Rob's a hoot.
This is true. Holding books hostage.
Yep.
Just that statement about white glove service is basically saying, if you want us to continue with this white glove service, then you need to do this. Fuck you. That is all I can say to that. No, hold on. And they say about, getting the books out, less errors. Once again, when I did my book for Image, and besides First Man, way back in the day, I did a book called Armor X, which came out through Image. It was 4 issues. Look at these 4 issues. 4 issues of Armor X. We delivered that book to them in a printable file. So all they had to do was take this file we sent them and upload it to a printer. Press a button, upload it to a printer. So don't give me any of that bullshit about, if you don't want the book to go out with any errors. Yeah, if there's any spelling errors in a book through Image, it's because the creators didn't catch it, not you 9 people.
Well, the other issue is, again, if we were talking the volume like Spawn, where we're putting out 8 million copies of a book, all right, I can see that because that's a lot of money we're talking about. You might need a little more horsepower. We are not dealing with those numbers.
Even if it's 30,000, Image isn't putting out the 30,000. The printer is.
Correct.
So it doesn't matter if it's 10. Spawn can sell 10 million in a month. It's still up to Todd's team to make sure that book has no spelling errors, no coloring errors, no art.
Correct.
It's up to Todd to make sure that single issue has no errors. Beep, goes to Image. Beep, send it to the printer. Now, I know Image, don't get me wrong, that's all story stuff. So yes, they do take the book and they do have to insert in-house ads and things like that. But when it comes to the story content, that's all the creators making sure that there are no errors.
Okay, let's get caught up because we got a big one coming up here.
Professionals like that should have little to no errors in the first place. Too many errors mean termination because they can't do the job they're being paid for. Yeah, true.
Go up.
No, I caught up it.
Oh, did you get Michael?
Everyone's overworked and we need more people, jackasses. Yeah, no, I caught it all.
Oh, okay.
Christine is not allowed to work remotely. That biatch gets in here when I tell her to, and she doesn't complain. Her and Chris are not unionizing in this studio.
So, by the way, number 8. This is one. A long-term actionable plan to address the overall lack of diversity in both general staff and management. The authors, artists, and readers who can bring comics to life have never been homogenous, and the stories we publish can only be improved by staffing our organization in a way to more accurately reflect the demographics of our creators, our readership, and the nation as a whole. Holy shit, we need to be more diverse.
And here's what I say. I'd like to see pictures of these 9 people to make sure that these 9 people represent a nice outlier of the readership. I expect men, women, in these 9 people, men, women, LGBTQ plus, people of color. I want to see it all in these 9 people. And if this group of 9 isn't that diverse, I want a couple of them to resign and give their job to somebody else. I want them to resign, just like the people that say, oh, I want this through a university. And it's like, okay, well, you're not that. So how about you pull yourself out of the university and give your spot to the person that you think should have it.
Well, that just literally happened in the lawsuit here in North Carolina. Novant Health, they fired a doctor who was not only good at his job, had fantastic reviews, was universally liked and loved. They fired him because he was a white male and then broke his job into 2 parts and gave them to a white female and an African-American female. He took them because they fired him because he wasn't diverse enough. Mm-hmm. They found out it was completely accurate, and they just awarded him $10 million because he was wrongfully fired for that. So you know what? If you guys are going to go down that path, you will be burned in the end. This is comics, people.
It's ridiculous. You can't force people into a job that they might not want. You know, when all the police stuff was going on in, was it Ferguson where the Michael Brown thing was Ferguson? I remember them saying there need to be more black police officers. I mean, that might be fine and dandy, but you can't just walk down the street and go, hey, you, go be a cop. Well, I don't want to be a cop. But we need more people of color on the police force. But I don't want to be a cop. If they don't want to do it, you can't force this stuff. And like I said, out of these 9 people, sounds to me like a couple of them might have to resign so they can open up a job position for somebody that is more diverse. Let's see. About as useful as Andy's wrenches trying to unionize by saying if we get our demands, the links will be accurate and the sex box will be banned. Damn right, Stat Zero. And thank you for doing your job. Talk to Shelby Robinson. He knows most of these guys, and they all have lots and lots of skeletons. Hey, Todd, clean house and rehire. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These 9 people, I can't believe still have a job.
So number 9.
Number 9. This is the one that takes the cake. It's like they saved all the BS for the piece de resistance.
They tried making it sounded like we have real concerns up top, even though we're repeating ourselves, because they're saving the bullshit till the end. Final bullshit. Ready?
Final bullshit.
renewed commitment to company values through the addition of a collective voting option to immediately cancel publication of any title whose creators have been found to have engaged in abuse, sexual assault, racism, xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, ableism, etc., until such time as said creators have engaged in meaningful reparations towards the affected person or persons.
So, in other words, who's going to be on this committee?
Correct.
How? Let me guess. These 9 people.
Exactly, because that's who's going to be doing it. And they're like, oh, we don't like that. I don't know. I would vote Brandon in.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon. It's ridiculous. Let's have a committee
to judge what we can and cannot put through based on if our feelings are hurt.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So every book will be an LGBTQ person of another sex and another religion and another.
They're gonna go, hey, I pitch a book to Image, and they're gonna go, oh, let's check his social media. Oh, look at this. On Twitter, Andy Smith believes that Kyle Rittenhouse should get off because of self-defense. Well, we didn't see that. We saw him murder people. He can't work here.
Correct.
Cancel his book.
Oh, wait, that's Facebook.
Well, no, I posted it on Twitter too. But Facebook did pull that tweet or pull that post down on me.
And gave him a smackdown.
And they gave me a
30
smackdown.
days.
I can't Facebook Live for 30 days.
All because
I said I believe Kyle Rittenhouse was defending himself in a Facebook post. So I woke up this morning and saw that the post was removed. It was against community standards, and I cannot advertise or Facebook Live for 30 days.
Even though what he said was basically exactly what the prosecutors came out and said at the beginning. So, of course, you can't even tell facts because that's not allowed, which is what would happen with these 9 people.
Yeah. So, point of the story is this is a bunch of crap. I'm sorry. This is a bunch of crap. And, it was people on the creative side of comics, the writers, the artists, inkers, colors, letters, whatever, the freelancers, there's always been talk. There was talk before I got in the business in the 70s. There was talk probably in the 80s. I know there's been talk since I got into business about, creators should unionize. And the one big reason that it wouldn't work is because there are so many people that want to be in comics that if 100 creators unionized, the companies would just go, oh, okay, cool. We're going to hire this artist over here because he doesn't want to be in your union. And sweet. This is just dumb. And once again, it just goes back to I cannot believe I haven't seen something from the figureheads, McFarlane, Valentino, Larson, Kirkman, Stevenson, Silvestri, anywhere saying that this isn't going to happen unless, and this is a valid point, they're like, well, we can't because we're taking care of it behind the scenes, which would make sense.
Right. And I've got a feeling.
And I respect that because certain things have to be done the right way and they have to be done behind the scenes on the DL. And they have a website too.
I know. So, here's the interesting thing. I think we'll get an announcement saying, you know what? We've decided that Portland sucks for business because it's just garbage. So we're going to move to Texas where we don't have to deal with this.
That's true. Stat zero. Andy Smith is bald. Who else is bald? Lex Luthor. I rest my case.
Tribunal.
Reparations must be made to who knows. What are these reparations? Oh my God. Don't even get me started on that. Now they're going to tell you, well, if you want to work for us, you're going to have to do X, Y, and Z, and then we'll let you work for us. That is ridiculous. There is no way. They started this off by saying we believe this is what the original founders wanted, of Image, whatever, however they worded it. No.
So
it's not.
If this is the case and Image doesn't, and I know these guys know what they're doing up on top of Image, but if they don't nip this in the bud, then all of these creators that are going to be dealing with all of this garbage are going to be like, well, let's see, Vault Comics, Small Point Press, Scout Comics, Aftershock Comics. There's a whole list of good small comic companies that are going to say, come on over here. We don't have the bullshit.
Well, here's the thing, too. I'm really curious if these 9 people, so the one book I get it monthly, is Savage Dragon. Eric Larson has some pretty risque stuff going down in Savage Dragon between Savage Dragon and his lady friend, his wife there,
Mrs.
girlfriend.
Dragon.
I'm not sure if they're married or not. But point is, Eric has some pretty risque stuff going down in Savage Dragon. Are they okay with that? Are they going to vote that none of that's cool? We need to go tell Eric we have to cancel your book until you make reparations? No, they're not. It's a bunch of bullshit. These people are freaking idiots. And I honestly, I'd be like, you know what, guys, hit the bricks.
They would. They think they're going to tell the CFO what you're going to do or not do.
Oh, hi, is Todd there? Whom I asked is calling. This is the leader of the 9. The 9 what? The 9. The 9 that formed the union at the main office. Yeah. Yes, we have a problem with some stuff in Spawn, and we're going to have to cancel that book until Todd pays his reparations. And we will get back to you with a memo on what those reparations are that Todd has to pay for some of the things he's done in Spawn. Well, what issue are you referring to? Well, there's actually something in issue 10 that came out like 30 years ago that we have a problem with because, it dealt with Spawn killing people and stuff. And not everybody he killed was probably innocent from what we can tell. It's just so stupid, this rabbit hole that can be gone down. These people, you can just tell, are not forward thinking. And if we do this, what happens next? If we tip this domino, what are the other dominoes that are going to fall? And my answer to them would be, it's going to be, you tip this domino, and they're going to be 9. And each one of you use one of the dominoes, and you're falling right out the door.
Yep. It makes no sense in any way that you look at it.
No.
The Todd father.
They're showing their hand. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you got to love the logo. They're showing their hand with a gunshot. I mean, the logo is worse.
Go up a couple.
Unrelated, but Dennis, RQB down with the sickness in Kansas City is this week. Kind of worried. What are you worried about? Patrick Mahomes ain't playing, is he? If Patrick Mahomes is still out, you guys have a chance. Now, if Pat's in, Green Bay's going down like a whore in a corner.
I don't know. Come on, love. I think I've got the fever. The fever for some love. Oh. Well, we had a good show going on.
Hello.
I think we just lost 6 viewers. Oh, look at they're dropping. We're already down.
Power ranking.
Look at that. We're losing them. Get that off your head.
No way are we losing them. Hold on. I got to set these back up. Hopefully that'll look good. Guys, that is the show for the day. Let's wrap this We require avocado toast and organic tofu in the break room at all times
with sparkling seltzer.
And we want Skittles only because they are the color of the rainbow. That's the candy we eat.
But only three colors. The other ones you have to pick out by hand.
That's right. So make sure you get us all that. Let's see.
And for those of you who missed the beginning of the show,
hello. There's the Dennis and Andy figures that we had made. So check those out.
Thank you, Greenville Comic-Con, for having this fun.
Oh, mailing me coal for my hat. Get out of here. Pink Starburst only, please. No, that's why I said Skittles. They're the color of the rainbow, guys. Come on.
He got it.
Get on it.
He got it.
Anyhow, guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you for hearing. I know lots of people have made their opinions made. We did it on Comics Kings about the union. I know other people have made videos about it. I know Dennis and I definitely want to get our 2 cents in on the whole dumbness of this union. And we did. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back.
Go check out the Dennis and Andy web on the YouTube channel. I started posting all this week's quick flips. I got so many. I probably got about 75% done. I'll get hopefully the rest of them done tonight. And then let me know which ones you guys want the full reviews on, and we're going to start cranking them out.
There you go. And remember, guys, if you haven't yet, 1, subscribe to the channel. 2, please back First Man 2 Learning Curve, fun superhero action, Luke Henry learning to be a hero, meeting up with a girl in college, but more importantly, having to take down these 4 people and their creation Adonis. Also, the Black Book art of Andy Smith, 112 pages, retrospective of my 30-year career in comics. So check that out as well. Please back the book. Support indie comics. Really appreciate it. Great show. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Hyper. Thank you, Stat Zero. Thank you all for joining the show. We will be back next week. If there's any topic you guys want us to talk about, shoot us an email, tweet at us, and we'll cover any topic you want. Until then, bye-bye, everybody.
Live long and prosper.